Alrighty. Hi guys, it's me, SaharaDrac. Thanks for watching my videos, even though I haven't done a video in about, I guess it's been about a week. I had some issues with my authenticator on my Battle.net mobile authenticator on my phone, so I was not able to log in to Battle.net for like a week. But now I am here, so it's all good. Luckily, even though I couldn't log on to Battle.net, play any StarCraft, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out, so it wasn't so bad because I really like fighting games, and it's a really good one. If you haven't played it yet, I recommend it. I'm really bad at it. I'm a lot better at StarCraft than Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so that's why I'm here casting a game between EvoRekatan, playing the Zerg, and Reflex, the Protoss on Shukura's Plateau. And you can tell it's been a few days. But this is just a Master League ladder game I found. Nothing too fancy about it. This dude's APM is crazy. 200. No, this dude. But, you know, he's just spamming, so whatever. So the other day I was, like, eating my meatball sub, and this fat bitch comes up and she was like, hey, get out of my way, and I was like, get out of my face. That was my story. I don't know why I do things like that, but you're just going to have to deal with it. Going to be, hopefully, one of my paychecks soon, meager as they are. I'm going to be getting a webcam, just so you guys can see what I look like. Maybe add a little bit of personality to the cast, add a little bit more identifiable features, like my gigantic hairy mole, my cleft lip, and my constant drooling problem. So it's not really going to be like a day 9 thing where I talk forever before the game and during the game I keep stopping. I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of an intro, you know, crack a lame joke, talk about the game, maybe do it after. I don't know, we'll see. But so that's my plan for the next in the near future. We've got second guest just now getting done. He is food blocked. He's this pylon finish. He's been food blocked for a little while, has our Protoss player Reflex. In the meantime, there's the hatch going down on 18, so not a fast expansion, just a nice, safe Zergling opening. Yeah, hatchery going down now, and the Cybernetics core are almost finished. So he is quite obviously planning to expand really soon here, given the placement of these buildings. See what, if and when he does that. Getting a sentry out now, always a good call. Puts the zealot here for the wall and the sentry for a little extra wall action. So, but Zerg he's not too concerned. I mean, he saw, what has he seen? He has seen, yeah, he saw this wall happening, so he knows what's going on. He knows these Zerglings aren't going to be doing a whole lot at this point. So he's probably just going to poke up the ramp with this guy just to see if maybe the Cybernetics core is being chrono boosted, or just garner any information he can. In the meantime, hatchery finishes right as I click it, because I am so awesome. And on this map, obviously, in these positions, this is a very vulnerable spot to attack from. So Zerg's going to try and break that down and do some harass in the back. Good call on Reflex, though. He does have a pylon here, so as long as he keeps his eyes on the mini-map, he should be fine in that regard. No fast expansion from the Protoss. He's already up at 35 food, so any expansion he throws down now will be pretty normal, but that doesn't make this wall in bad at all. I mean, as far as Zerg knows, he did fast expand, so, you know, maybe he'll commit a little bit too much. I mean, it's not a terrible thing that he didn't expand right away with this wall off. A wall's a wall, you know what I mean? Zergling's pounding away at this rock. I hate my job. Fuck. Yeah, and Zerg melee attacks being +1 being upgraded. These sentries, a lot of sentries here, and actually this heavy sentry opening, just double gas, super sentry heavy, is pretty damn good by Protoss. Like Protoss who do it to me, I have some trouble with in the early game. Not gonna lie. I haven't seen it in PvZ yet because I don't cast a whole lot of PvZs, because Protoss are fruits and Zerg are whiny retards. So, you know. That's right. I said it. Don't care. Looks like he's going to push out now a little bit. I'm just kidding. I actually respect all three races and think they're all really cool. No lie. I just call Protoss fruits because, you know, they're all blue and they braid their hair and stuff. So, just checking these towers here. Wiping out these Zerglangs. And looks like Speedlings are going to try and maybe hide in this brush. No, they're going to try and chase down and maybe pop a couple sentries if they can. Speedlings are quite fast. Maybe they can get the surround on the Zealot. Oh, maybe get a surround on the sentry. There you go. Hit halt. Oh, there you go. Cutting off a lot of sentries there. And there's the force fields going down. But all these sentries in the back are going to get killed. And now he just needs to leave, I would think. Oh, well, actually, no. He needs to wall. Okay, now that there's a wall here. This sentry saved the day, man. If that sentry hadn't come in with that force field, those Zerglings would have run right by. But these Zerglings, for a very cheap cost, just killed hundreds and hundreds of gas worth of sentries. So here they come again, poking right up the ramp. And does he have enough energy? No. Yeah, he just got enough energy for a force field. So, but so much for that. Just droning over here. That's what Zerg do, man. That's what Zerg do. He's up at about 600 minerals, though, and no gas at all. So something went awry with his build for sure. You don't ever want that. Plus, he's food blocked. So hallucination being researched. That's cool. Actually, that's been giving me some trouble too. Well, before last week when my account got messed up. So these Zerglings broke down the rocks, but there's the cannon right there. It's going to take out that. Hallucination can be really nasty. Luckily, I typically open a Raven. But it's still extra micro that I have to do to, like, not shoot fake Colossi, you know, because you don't want to be shooting fake units because, you know, then you're not killing stuff, and they're killing your stuff. So, hallucination, a bit of an underrated spell. Definitely recommend picking it up at your local Protoss convenience store next time you're out browsing. Psionic condoms are also a big hit, so. I'm focusing really hard. Hold on. Oh, I lost it. So there's the third going down for Zerg. Those psionic condoms, man. I tell you what. There's a hallucinated phoenix going around. That's just one of its many cool uses. Nice, cheap, free to lose scout. Just going to go around. He's definitely going to spot. Yeah, there's another hallucinated phoenix there. So he's getting a good look at everything now. And Zerg, being a good little Zerg, has not really committed to any kind of unit composition yet. Just kind of making drones. Making crawlers. Teching up. There's the Spire. I was going to say, man, you got to get something at some point here. So, yeah. He kind of panicked and threw down a lot of spore crawlers and stuff because he thought those phoenixes might be real. Still not a bad investment, though, I think. You don't want all that free recon happening in your base. So, there's a drone transfer going to the third. And right then, as when the Protoss is going to start his third. So, pretty normal pacing for this game so far. And by normal, I mean boring as shit. So, I'm going to fast forward it. Colossi, extended thermal lance being upgraded. You know, armor, spire going up. Your usual. Just going to speed through this a little bit. Just till we get get a little bit more... This game's a bit constipated right now, and the fast forward button is a lot like X-Lax. It's just freeing up a little space for us. So there's the Muta Harass. I talk about Protoss condoms and bowel movements during my casts. What's Husky do? Not that. That's all I'm saying. So here comes the Colossi. He's just got one now, but the extended thermal lance did finish, and Blink about halfway done. So Blink's going to help a lot against this Muta Harass. Unfortunately, Muta Harass is, no matter what you do, it's always a nuisance. And I'm sure this guy, being a High Masters, is pretty decent with his Muta control. As you can see, he's definitely exploiting these cliff edges, making sure Stalkers can't just shoot him wherever. There's just popping any buildings and stuff that they can. Right now, the Stalkers are going to get some shots off. He wants these Stalkers to come here for when they flee. There you go, and good. Yeah, he's getting these Mutalisks pretty trapped right now. Mutalisk taking a lot of shots that he didn't want them to take. Unfortunately, he doesn't pop any of them, and Blink is still not done. I don't know how many times he chrono boosted that, but I bet he's wishing he had chrono boosted it one more time. However, it's done now, so there you go. Muta Harass is going to go. I mean, it's just so hard to deal with without other air units. Or like a Thor at each base or something. It's just difficult. So it looks like he is going to lose his third. Lucky for him, he already started his alternative third up here. Stalker's coming in now. Ooh, they do snipe the Nexus. Take out a lot of Mutalisks. He's down to 6 Mutalisks, and in the meantime, he's just making a ton of Zerglings. 40 Zerglings hatching, so he's gonna do a big run by or something pretty soon with his Muta Harass. In the meantime, just being very active with these Mutas. Keeping the Protoss on his toes. This is very, very hard for a Protoss player to deal with. I feel that pain. Here's Photon Cannons taking out 1, 2, 3. Nope, just 2. 2 Mutas. A lot of Stalkers. Zerglings are pretty good against Stalkers. Colossi are pretty good against Zerglings. We'll see how this goes. This is just one small sample of this young man's true Zergling power. He has 114 Zerglings. 100? Yes, I said 114 Zerglings. And they are, oh boy, they're +2, +1. These Stalkers are at +2, +1. So only 1 Colossi out though. Hopefully, it's going to come down to that sentry use. I think he only has about 6 sentries. It should be okay. We'll see how the force fields go, how the blink micro goes. I think if he knew how many Zerglings he had, he would definitely be popping out some zealots. But it's very hard to be aware of a Zergling. A Zerg player's composition, and there's a ton of Mutalisks coming out now. This guy's maxed. He's at 188 food. 144 of that is Zerglings, and 18 of that is Mutalisks, and still 62 drones. So, man, you can make one hell of a composition with 200 food. It's amazing. It amazes me sometimes. But just sorry about the mouse scoots. I am still really bad about that. But yeah, unfortunately, these it's just very hard for a Protoss player to be all these places at once. Chrono boosting Storm, I would say that's probably a pretty good idea considering he's a solid 20 food behind now. Yeah, about 20 food, and he's running on. They're both running on 4 bases, but this one is. They're just so vulnerable. This number of Mutalisks stops caring about static defenses like that pretty quickly. And Zerg is basically just waiting around, waiting for Protoss to slip up so he can just come with those Zerglings and defile their daughters. That's his plan. That's why they had the Defiler. That's what he did. Ooh, this Colossi gonna get sniped? Yeah. Ooh, oh man, Colossi gets out of there with 24 hit points. But still, he's a lame duck Colossi now. He's pretty much dead. Even when the shields regen, he's not going to take a whole lot of hits. So, pretty decent snipe there. I would have lost a couple units to snipe that Colossi fully, but I am not EvoRekatan. EvoRekatan. Sounds like a Protoss name. Just gonna say, I'm gonna say it like a Reflex. That sounds like a Zerg name to me. And EvoRekatan sounds like a Protoss name to me. I'm just saying. Take a look over here. Kadarin Amulet almost finished. Good lord, I hate that upgrade. It really crinkles my panties, but that's okay. +2 ground armor being researched, and their +3 is finished. Need him to make some High Templar though. And these guys we're way into a macro game. Again, I don't always watch the games before I download them. I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants. And yeah, both these guys were like, all right, no rush, 50 minutes. Okay. We're not allowed to fight until we both have 4 bases. So, whatever. It's cool. I mean, that's a smart way to play. Not going to lie. They both got good income now, and there's the ground carapace level 3 being researched. In the meantime, with the help of the Observer, just taking away creep tumors now. Mutalisks are going to counter over here. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. And here is a lot of Banelings. He has 58 mother effing Banelings, but Colossi doing a really good job. Ooh, boy. The Colossi and the Stalkers were sniping a lot of Overlords there, but now the Mutalisks are coming in and getting the fight. Good storms there on those Baneling drops too. But the Mutalisks are there's just so many Mutalisks and a lot, and against all those banelings and zerglings. I mean, stalkers aren't too good against those units. So the Mutalisks come back to support, even though I did like the micro there. The Protoss did a pretty good job. If you want to, actually, I'm going to take a look at that again. That was kind of cool. Did I go back way too far? No, no, I didn't. So yeah, there he is, clearing out the tumors, and here comes this these baneling drops here. I'm going to slow it down to normal. Turn on some health bars. You can see he's throwing down storms on the overlords, which is pretty cool. Softening them up, and then just hold position in micro, and good storms going down the zerglings too. Look at all the orange and red hit points on these zerglings. Unfortunately, those Mutalisks come and clean it up, but he took out a lot of overlords, a lot of zerglings, and a lot of banelings with units that aren't exactly the best answer to those. So I gotta give Protoss props on that battle, but alas, just the food advantage and the unit composition overall ends up swinging the game in Zerg's favor, but not by much. It looks like a slaughter, but it really wasn't. That game really could have gone either way. I mean, it's not over yet, technically. I mean, that's the whole point of having 4 bases, is that you could remacro an army really quickly. But, you know what? Do these things, they should, no, never mind. Just forget, I was about to suggest Protoss get a buff. Preposterous. So, Zerg taking his base over here now. Very smart by Zerg. He knows he won that battle. He's just kind of zoop-dooping, that's what Bill Cosby would call it, zoop-doop-a-dooping around with his Mutalisks and not really trying to go for the throat slash maneuver, because he knows that's a good way to throw away the game. So just something to keep in mind. Instead, what he's going to do is get himself some of those lovely Tier 3 Brood Lords. So damaging, so potent, little yellow different Brood Lord. And yeah, they're going to pop out now. +2 upgrades on the Flyers, too. +2 upgrades on the Flyers and 3/3 Zerglings. So that's going to be real difficult to deal with for Protoss. Here comes the Suicide Squad. Hey, see you guys later. You stay out of trouble now. And the Zerglings run right by. And the Zealots are just going to die there. Cool space battle happening here. This would make a fine movie. These elite Phoenix pilots focusing down the Mutas pretty nicely. Phoenix are really good against Mutalisks. Is he going to have enough Phoenix left, though, to fight all these Brood Lords before they wreak devastating damage? Yeah, only 3 Phoenixes left, so that's going to be tough. Phoenixes, yeah, don't have any upgrades, so yeah, you can see them slowly pecking away at the Brood Lords, and he needs to get more Phoenixes out. Unfortunately, he is not macroing right now. He's just trying to do what he can. Not that I'd be macroing. I would be jamming a wood screw into my temple if I were Protoss right here, but you know, that's just me. This guy got a little lost, so that's probably going to be game. The Mutalisk upgrades were just enough to lower the Phoenix numbers to stop this assault, and that is directly because of the Mutalisk not dying during that Stalker battle, and the Zerg just overall winning that. I would say what won Zerg this game was a lack of harassment from Protoss. Really, I mean, I don't care how good your macro is, you do not expect to win when you let a Zerg player just freely macro all the way up to 200. It's just, he's going to be there before you, and then you're going to die, you know? And that's exactly what happened in this game. So, yep. Phoenixes are really cool. I think Phoenixes are awesome. Look at them shooting their lasers. Zoop-a-doop-a-dooping around. That's so cool. I don't care what you guys say. Phoenixes are awesome. And he's trying his damnedest, man. But, down to 2 empty bases. I think you're done, Junior. Just saying. This dude's still mining. And you are not. At all. Did he sacrifice drones? Yeah, 58. He did lose some drones to something. I guess I must have missed it. That's okay. So that was a cool game once it got rolling. Really cool battle there at the end. Not at the end, but at like the 3/4 mark, I guess. yeah, PVZ. Interesting matchup. Interesting you. That's right, you, the audience. You guys are interesting. This is SaharaDrac, sclegacy.com. Have a good one, guys.